Hello everybody, welcome back. Playing Suikoden 5 here. And, alright, so we just got done speaking with, or what, I guess with this little scene here in the Knights room. And I'm going to speak here with all of the different Knights. Which also, so I should say, I don't know if it was the last video or if it was the one previous. It was probably the last one. I was talking about right when we come back from Lord Lake, and we're speaking with the Queen. We were getting points with, I think it was Leon. Gosh, was it Leon Lim or was it Leon Siledes and Galleon? And I was like, it didn't make sense to me at first why we would be getting points with Galleon, but basically, being that Galleon is from Lord Lake, when we've kind of, we were kind of saying that the Queen went a little too far when it came to Lord Lake. That's why we were getting points with Galleon. Again, because he's from there, and so, he kind of, has some misgivings about, what happened there. So I think the Prince kind of admitting that they didn't really deserve kind of what they got, and again, like the Queen went a little too far, gives us some points with him. So, all right, anyways, Your Highness, I thank you for voicing concern to Her Majesty regarding the situation at Lord Lake. Yeah, there you go. I am truly grateful. Yeah, so that's exactly why we were getting the points with him. Here is Alenia. A word, if you will, Prince Frey. His Majesty Farad says the House of Godwin is responsible for all our troubles. Do you believe that too? I don't know. Does this matter? I don't think this matters. Alenia never, Alenia never becomes, Alenia is not one of the Stars of Destiny, and so I don't really think that this matters. I'm going to go with I don't really know, because at this point, how would we know that, Godwin was the source of all problems? So the Godwins care about our country's future. It is the only reason they want to put the Sun Rune to use. It's absurd to think that they're playing tricks with Her Majesty. No, it's not. No, we have to look out for the House of Barrows. Their fear of change is putting our country at risk. I think they're both bad. And, I don't know about equally bad, but they're both bad. And Alenia is... It's funny, I think some of the Knights favor... Actually, I don't know if any of the Knights favor the Barrows family. But Alenia, certainly, and I think this guy, Zahak, I think he favors the Godwin family as well. Since his commandership feels we should express our views, I personally feel his commandership's actions are taking idealism to an extreme. What Felena really needs are disciplined Queen's Knights ready to act upon the will of Her Majesty. Yeah, I think that these two are not very thoughtful when it comes to kind of these matters. Like, Alenia, it's almost like a might makes right sort of attitude that I feel like these two have. Zahak is his comment there really makes me think that he isn't somebody that wants to question or thinks that the Queen should be questioned in any way, and that that's not a good way to go about it, because as we know, the Queen has really done a terrible thing when it came to Lord's Lake. So neither of these two become Stars of Destiny, and it'll become more and more obvious why. All right, so anyways, here's George. Sounds like the Godwins want to use the Sun Rune to become a powerful force and broaden the country's borders. And the Barrows faction is aiming for domestic and foreign stability without the use of runes, eh? Yeah, so the Godwins there, hear what George is saying about the Godwins wanting to expand the country's borders. I mean, that strikes me as imperialism. And, they want to use the Sun Rune to do it. So, you can, that is not something that I certainly agree with. But here the Barrows faction is aiming for domestic and foreign stability without the use of runes. I mean, that sounds better, right? Stability without the use of force, essentially. That's definitely a better way to go, in my opinion. But every country has its share of conflicts among its nobles, but it's much worse here because of the runes. It's particularly sad that the queen's own knights can't even agree. Yeah, and I definitely agree. That's a little sad. Yeah, that they're kind of in disagreement. But so, Prince, did you notice anything unusual about George on your trip? I guess, does this matter either? I don't know if this matters. Yeah, I'm not seeing any point gains here, so maybe this just doesn't matter. Let's go with, huh? What do you mean? It's not like this is a bad thing, but we still don't know too much about George. Not one of the Queen's knights can match his skill in combat without runes, except maybe His Majesty Farid. Also, I heard a rumor that before George came to Felena, he served as a general in a land far to the north. Makes me wonder about his connection to His Majesty. Just what convinced him to bring George here. Okay, so he's just questioning. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair enough. And here's Farid. Hey, there you are, Frey. Have you seen your sister yet? I haven't seen her. I think we want to go with I haven't seen her yet. I don't think we want to choose nope, I'll look for her tomorrow. So let's go with this. Although I don't know that choice matters either. I'm not seeing that as a way to get points. Well, I think you should check on her. I know you're tired, but I'm begging you. Please check on her for my ears' sake. Okay. Let's try to head out here.
Hey, has anybody seen my brother in here? Oh, brother! Brother!
Wow.
Yikes, quite a welcome there.
Gee, the princess sure is crazy about her big brother, huh?
All right. So there's actually two different ways that this plays out. Basically, if you haven't got enough limb points, you get the option of saying, "I'm sorry, Lim, but I'm back now," or just pipe down, will you? Which just sounds pretty horrible. But because we've got 3 points or more, we're gonna go with "I'm home, Lim," and that gives us an additional point with her.
Welcome back! I missed you so much! Princess! Did you find your brother? Oh, my!
All right, so here we want to go with hello, Miyakis. And by the way, Miyakis is an amazing character. I think that she's one of the best fighters in the game. Her damage output is kind of nuts. Unfortunately, we don't really get her until much. Well, I think we get her for a little while early on here, but she doesn't really fully join until a lot later. So we're gonna go with hello, Miyakis. That gives us 1 point.
You know, the two of you standing there like that, you look just like an armadillo father and daughter. Yep.
Oh boy, here she goes with that nonsense again.
Miyaki, Snade, I remind you that you're my bodyguard. You're not bad-mouthing me, are you? No, of course not, Your Highness. I was imagining things. Ha ha ha. Things are never dull when you're around, Lim. Oh, father, it's you. Frey. Already came to see Father and didn't bother to come see me? How dare you? Now, don't be so hard on your brother. Frey was looking for you, too, you know. But Father, I wanted to see him so bad. He's always off on some inspection or something these days. He's never around. He's probably going off someplace again tomorrow, isn't he? Well, not exactly tomorrow. He'll be here for a while yet. Well, okay, that's good at least. But you really keep Frey busy, don't you? Where is he going next? Since he just got back, I thought I'd wait a while to tell him, but I guess it couldn't hurt to let him know. Frey, I'll be sending you to Stormfist to check on the preparations for the Sacred Games. The Sacred Games? Oh, that big fighting tournament, the one that's going to decide who my husband's going to be. That. Yeah, well, yes. Your Majesty? Not quite on board with the idea, are you, Your Majesty? Of course not. She's far too young. But she's our nation's princess. It's her sacred duty. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, to be fair, Your Majesty wouldn't be here today if you hadn't won the last games. Hey, Frey, what about you? Would you hate it if I had a fiancé too? Alright, so I think, yeah, we want to go with, of course I'd hate it, which is the top option here. You would, huh? Anyway, I wonder who's going to win. What kind of man will the princess end up with? They're keeping the list of applicants over at the Senate. Not that I have any interest in reading it, mind you. Well, I want to see it. Don't you, princess? I bet you do. Well, maybe I'm a little curious. Oh, can I see? Me too, please. Then it's settled. Come on, Prince, let's go. Alright, I think we want to go with this bottom option here. Yeah. If we go with the bottom option, that's going to give us 1 point with Lim, so we're definitely going to go with that. Come on, let's go read about your future brother-in-law. Alright, we're off to the Senate Hall then. Kyle rejoined. Miakas joined. Lim's Leah joined the party. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do here is unequip Miyaki's. Alright, and let's equip. Let's see here. I'm actually going to give some of the stuff to Kyle because Kyle actually rejoins quite a bit earlier than Miyakis does. And then let's do, we'll give Leon the silver emblem. And then we'll give Miyakis some of this other weaker gear that Kyle had. Limslia is she's only available for our entourage, so we can't really do anything with her. And I don't think this matters. I don't know that we do really any fighting with this specific crew. At some point, though, I will want to grab some gear, or some, I think actually it's Miyakis' rune. Anyways, alright, I heard what you were saying, sounds like fun. Oh, it's the Sileads. Oh, Lady Sileads, welcome back. Oh, Aunt Sileads. Huh? I thought you were asleep in your room. Oh, I was, off in Dreamland, in my nice, warm, comfy bed. And then, all of a sudden, where's Frey? That was you, wasn't it, Lim? Miyakis? You completely woke me up. Lady Sileads, let me clarify things. The princess was the one doing all the shouting. I was just there. Hey, Miyakis. What? It's true. Why, you... Well, isn't it kind of your fault, Aunt Sileads, sleeping in the middle of the day like that? Frey, Leon, and George just got back too, but you don't see them just laying around. Maybe your age is catching up with you. Lim, Your Auntie Sileeds couldn't hear you so well just now. Could you please repeat what you just said? Eek! Frey, Aunt Sileeds is scaring me. Alright, so you can go with, alright, that's enough, Auntie, which gives us +1 point with Lim. Or you started at Lim, and that gives us 1 point with Sileeds. I think you really want to go with Lim here. Sai, you never change. You're always so lenient with that sister of yours. Don't worry, I'm on your side, Lady Sileeds. Of course, I'm on the princess's side, too. Can't you pick just one? Come on, you're both so beautiful. Well, cute in your case, but how could I possibly choose? Kyle, do you have any plans to grow up anytime soon? Anyway, forget it. I'm awake now, whether I like it or not. You guys are going to the Senate Hall to see the list of applicants for the Sacred Games, right? I'll go with you. Nothing better than a day out with all these beautiful ladies and cute girls. Am I right, Prince? Less talking, more walking. Let's move it. Alright, so Sileeds join the party. I think I'm just gonna actually go and save here. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong button. Yeah, let's go to the prince's room. I think there's a save point in here. Indeed. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.